going on, Vikings fans? Welcome in the Vikings Now by Chat Sports. My name is Patrick SIepman, and we got a lot to talk about on today's show. We're going to start off with some great news around J.J. McCarthy as his rehab process is going very smoothly. And then also, I want to talk about Christian Darrisaw, what I think the Vikings' plans are at left tackle. And then there's an interesting stat around Sam Darnold about him holding on to the ball a little too much. And then also Jordan Addison. He posted a cryptic message on his Instagram story, but he pretty much just said free three, but I don't think this is him requesting a trade by any means. I think this is just him saying, I want the football more. But before we dive into that, we're going to be talking about J.J. McCarthy here, franchise quarterback for our Minnesota Vikings. So if you guys want to show him some love, give me those 9s down below in the comments section. Show him our support. He's going through the rehab process right now, and it's going very, very smoothly. So type those 9s if you want to show J.J. McCarthy some love. So actually pretty cool here. So what's going so well with JJ's rehab process is apparently he is going to be wearing a VR headset, and it's going to be connected to a GoPro on Sam Darnold's helmet to watch practice snaps from Darnold's perspective. This is awesome because also remember I heard a report last week about Jaden Daniels, how he got all these mental reps when he was recovering from his injury. He would wear a VR headset, and it just, obviously allows him to get more real game action without actually being out there on the practice field. So this is great for JJ, and also knowing the type of person he is, knowing the type of competitor and how dedicated he is to his craft. I am sure, even though he is recovering from that torn ACL, you would have liked him to, not be going through that. But, I think this is going to be huge for his development. And plus, you got a guy like Darnold who's got a good arm strength. He's got good size, kind of comparable to JJ. It will probably feel like real game action for McCarthy. And then also I heard a report when Jaden Daniels has a headset on, he'll hop in a VR simulation. He'll start throwing footballs just like it is during the game. So he'll get the play call in his headset. He'll see it in the VR headset, and then he'll be able to make a throw, make a read, just like it's live game action. I think it's pretty cool. And also I think it's pretty cool because this is the future of quarterbacking in the NFL. These VR headsets, they're so impactful and they're so helpful. So JJ, I think this is great news for him. And as more as this season has gone on, and obviously we were so high on the 5-0 start, we were saying, could Darnold be our franchise guy, and all this. I think it's pretty clear. I've been going back and listening to a lot of Kevin O'Connell press conferences of him talking about JJ. I think it's more likely than not, honestly 90%, that J.J. McCarthy is QB1 for next season. But J.J. will probably be without his starting left tackle for the start of the year next season, and that's Christian Darrisaw. So, obviously, we got the unfortunate news. Christian Darrisaw, full torn ACL and MCL, literally the worst-case scenario. You got to love being a Vikings fan, am I right? I mean, every time when stuff's going smoothly, there's just something, going on. But Darrisaw, he is going to be inactive for the rest of the season. He'll probably won't be ready until about September 15th, 30th of next year. So hopefully, week 3, week 4, he'll be out there. But let's talk about what the Vikings going to do at left tackle. So it's sounding like they're going to move Blake Brandel to left tackle, and then Dalton Risner is going to step in and play left guard. And when I originally heard this, I was kind of skeptical of it because Brandel, even though he's played a little worse over the past couple of games, he has been good at the left guard spot. But, I think you would have Risner step in. He would be a very, very good left guard. You still would have the, weak hole in Ed Ingram. I thought ideally, you would want Risner to step in for Ingram if Darrisaw was there and he was fully healthy. But I think their plan will be Blake Brandel at left tackle, Darrisaw left guards, then still Bradbury, Ingram, and O'Neal. And I know Vikings fans are feeling down. Start off 5-0, lose the last 2 games. Obviously, it has not been going well. However, I will say this. I think this team, they're going to still win 11 to 12 games. I just don't know if they're going to be able to beat top-end talent in the league with all the injuries, with all the chaos going on. But, guys, it's still a very talented team. Yes, we lost Christian Darrisaw, but we're getting Cashman back. We're getting Risner. We're getting Hawkinson back. I just think this is going to come down to Kevin O'Connell having to adjust. And honestly, with Darrisaw out, one of my biggest gripes with KOC and his play calling, there's been no quick game. There's been no get it out to Jefferson, get it out to Addison fast. There's been none of that this year. It's either been on first down, they're going handoff middle, or they're trying to take the top off the defense. I think they need to adjust. I think they need to do better of just staying ahead of the sticks and just getting Darnold easier answers. Like, I feel like they've been almost asking too much of him. Get him the easy ones. Like, I would love to see a game where Darnold goes 30 of 39, and he's just dinking and dunking with a couple deep shots mixed in. Maybe you got to replicate a run game in the short passing game. So maybe that allows Kevin O'Connell to do that, knowing he's not going to have as much time as he would. But that's kind of a perfect segue into this. Sam Darnold, interesting stat here. He holds on to the football more than any other quarterback in the league. And this is stat. Sam Darnold's been sacked on 10% of his dropbacks this season. That leads NFL. And I think automatically we hear that and we're just like, oh, it's offensive line's fault. And I get that. Like, you should, as a fan, you see your quarterback getting sacked, you automatically think about the offensive line. But I think with Sam Darnold, like, I've seen it. Like, even the safety where he got his face mask ripped when the Rams defender had 3 fingers in his mouth, like, he's held on the ball too long on that play. Like, the amount of times where Darnold takes sacks where it's not like, a 3-yard sack. It's a 10, 11-yard sack, and those are just drive killers. And plus, you add that on top of the pre-snap penalties. Like, that's the biggest reason why this offense has struggled so much to get going. So, Darnold, get the ball out quicker. I really think that's just the easiest answer to this problem for the Minnesota Vikings. But let's close it out with this. Jordan Addison, he decided to take his thoughts to his Instagram, and he posted on his story just a picture of himself, and he said, free 3. And in the day and age we live in, this started like wildfire. Everybody started posting, Jordan Addison's requesting a trade. Jordan Addison's not happy in Minnesota, yada, yada, yada. It's just speculation. It is stupid speculation. It is a waste of time to speculate that Addison wants out. You know what Addison wants? He wants a damn football, and he deserves the football. Like the one play where it was Jefferson had that sick catch down the left sideline last week, and then it was 3rd and goal from the 5. And Darnold, if you guys remember, they were double-teaming Jefferson. They had outside leverage and inside leverage. They tried to fit the ball into a tight circle. And if you guys actually watch that play develop, Addison on the wide side of the field, he's running a hitch route. He was wide open. Darnold's just staring down number 18. And I get it. If I was a quarterback for the Vikings, I'd be staring down 18 too. But you also got to realize you got another first-round pick right there in Addison. And I am going to go back probably later on today, just watch all of Addison's routes. Watch every single one of his routes just to get a better understanding is this him not getting open or is this just him not getting the football? And clearly, like, if Addison thought he wasn't getting the football more and he's getting open, I honestly don't blame him for going on his Instagram story. It's just the day and age we live in. Like, we got these young kids. They're on Instagram. I'm sure he sees the comments everywhere saying, why isn't Addison producing? Why isn't Addison getting the football? Well, he says, you got to free me. You got to give me a chance. So, honestly, I don't think it's a big deal. Obviously, like, you wouldn't, like, you don't love your receiver doing this by any means. But also, I don't think it's a big deal whatsoever. So, J.J. McCarthy, to wrap up today's show, he's wearing a VR headset. He's going to get a lot of mental reps there. Christian Darrisaw sounds like they're moving. Blake Brandel, the left tackle. Dalton Risner is going to play left guard. Sam Darnold leads the league in sack percentage, 10% of his dropbacks. Jordan Addison got a little cryptic on Instagram. That's a news roundup for today. Thank you guys so much for watching today's show. Really, appreciate the support on today's channel, or on the channel as a whole. But we'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Skol Vikes.